Hi, today August 7, 2023. The Hindu news analysis for today. Let us see the table of contents. First one is India's sugar surplus leading to a crisis. Importance and concerns of Starlink. Why Meta blocked Canada's access to news report. And finally, for prelims is Amrit Bharat Station Scheme and FATF trying to safeguard non-profit organization. MP strategy for tigers can help cheetahs. 5% of birds in India are endemic. Palau Semakua Island. In the first article is India's sugar surplus leading to a crisis. It's related to the GS paper 3 economy. In the context of the news is India's world's top sugar producer 2021-2022 surpassing Brazil with a record of 359 lakh tons. However, the extensive use of resources in sugar production is depleting rapidly, leading to a potential crisis in the future. Now, over cultivation of sugarcane has caused a sugar surplus and a high export, impacting groundwater negatively. To prevent the risk of agricultural collapse, addressing groundwater overuse in the sugar industry is crucial. Why is there excess sugar production? India is the world's largest consumer of sugar and thus has to produce enough to meet its huge domestic demand. But the excess production stems from policies and measures that make farmers favor sugarcane cultivation. The central government offers a fair and remunerative price scheme which mandates a minimum price that sugar mills have to pay to sugarcane farmers, ensuring that farmers always gets fair profits for their crops. State government has also offer a heavy subsidies to incentivize the sugarcane cultivation. Surge in sugar export. The resulting sugar surplus has led to the higher export with a record of 110 lakh tons exported in 2021-2022. In fact, Brazil, Australia, Guatemala filed a complaint with the World Trade Organization against India for violating international trade rules by offering excessive export subsidies and domestic support to farmers to outcompete with other countries in global sugar market. World Trade Organization ruled against India and India also lost its appeal. Efforts to address this issue is to deal with the sugar surplus. Indian government considered diverting it to production of ethanol or organic compound made by fermenting sugarcane molasses or sugar. Ethanol is an active ingredient in alcoholic beverages and is also used in chemicals and cosmetic industries. In the transport sector, the use of ethanol blended petrol significantly reduced the harmful emission such as carbon monoxide and various hydrocarbons from vehicles. The government launched the ethanol blending petrol program in 2003 to reduce the crude oil import and curtail the greenhouse gas emission. It started with the modest goal of achieving a blending rate of 5%, but the target set for 2025 was 20%, and the government also reduced the GST on ethanol. Next one is, how does the excessive sugarcane cultivation impact groundwater? Sugarcane's water intensive cultivation has taken a toll. Sugarcane requires 3000 millimeter of rainfall, but top growing states get 1000 to 1200 millimeter, relying heavily on groundwater from confined aquifers and limited resources. 100 kg of sugar needs 2 lakh liters of groundwater for irrigation, raising concerns as these states are already drought prone and groundwater stressed as per the 2022 CGWB report. What are the solutions to these problems means crop diversification. Better and more sustainable way would be to assess and then correct the incentives that skew in favor of sugarcane over other crops, leading to a consistent surplus. Introducing fair and comprehensive subsidy scheme for a variety of crops can help farmers diversify as well as distribute the cultivation evenly and prevent the monocultures and ensure an equitable income. The availability of wide range of profitable and less resource intensive crops can lower the strain on vital natural resources. What are the benefits to this problems means water conservation and efficient irrigation. This must be complemented by environmentally responsible sugarcane cultivation practices that prioritize groundwater such as drip irrigation to tackle the issue in the long run. In drip irrigation, water is allowed to drip slowly but directly to the root of the sugarcane plants, reducing the water consumption up to 70% related to the current flood irrigation method. India needs to invest in overall water saving and management systems. Concerted efforts to adopt cleaner practices such as rainwater harvesting, wastewater treatment, and canal irrigation networks will help minimize the stress on groundwater reservoirs. Next article that we are moving into is related to GS paper 2 international relations and also GS paper 3 science and technology. Musk's Starlink, why the new sovereign of low earth orbit is bad news. The significance and concerns of Starlink, the Russia-Ukraine war, Starlink satellite, Ukraine's communication, intelligence gathering and drone strike. Starlink's satellite integration in the war has sparked global debate on remote control technology, its dominance and the implications of relying on single entity for satellite internet service come into focus. Question of sovereignty. Taiwan and Iran. Starlink sits outside the realm of a typical government to government defense deal, yet these decisions get to be taken not by a government accountable to its citizens, but a handful of tech company employees. Let us see some of the key facts that are relevant for this sugarcane cultivation. Major sugar growing states you have to know. For that, I will say some of the important facts relevant to this. Sugarcane is grown in various states in subtropical and tropical regions of the country. Main sugarcane growing states are subtropical: Uttar Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Haryana, Punjab, Bihar, with an annual rainfall of 180 to 2000 millimeter. And the climate ranges from humid, moist, subhumid, and dry subhumid to cold arid, semi-arid, and arid. Tropical regions: Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, with an annual rainfall of 602 to 3640 millimeter, having a moist to dry subhumid and semi-arid to dry semi-arid climates. One more thing that you have to note down for this is India's sugar exports in lakh tons in 2021-2022 is raw sugar alone 56.29 lakh tons and white sugar 53.71 lakh tons. Totally 110 lakh tons. India's exports its sugar in the 2021-2022 alone. For 2022 to 2023, 19.13 and 30.91, totally 50 lakh tons was exported by India. Next thing to be remembered for this is India's sugar export in value. You have to see in and also fair and remunerative price in rupees per quintal for 2020 to 2023. 305 it is subsequently rising from 2013 to 2023. It is 210 in 2013. For 2023-2024 it is 313. Its fair and remunerative price per quintal rupees is also rising. And sweet spot for sugarcane production and sugar consumption 2021-2022 ranges from 35.90. Okay, it is estimated that the sugarcane season runs from October to September. That's all. Next, let us move into the next article, that is Elon Musk's Starlink. We all know the US government's SpaceX Starlink constellation, and SpaceX is private, Elon Musk's. These are all the things that we know. Additional thing we have to note down for this is number of satellites planned is 12,000. Next launch will be take the total to 713. Convention, how is a Starlink is different means it's a conventional satellite, it's launching 36,000 kilometers. Starlink satellite is 550 kilometer alone. And latency is less than 20 milliseconds. Normal satellites internet latency is 600 milliseconds. Okay. Promised speeds is up to 1 gigabit per second. In orbit, Starlink in space in the orbit of 653, needed for moderate internet coverage of 800. Okay. Next article that we are moving into is related to why did Meta block Canada's access to news reports. In this article, you have to note down the key facts that are relevant. For GS Paper 3, Science and Technology, is Canada's Online News Act a necessary measure to balance the power between the tech giants and news publishers? What is Online News Act? In the word of Canadian government itself, the legislation requires a digital platform that make news available and have a strategic market dominance, bargain fairly and in good faith with the Canadian news business for the use of their news content on their services. In 2021, Australia passed the News Media and Digital Platform Mandatory Bargaining Code, which became blueprint for Canadian law, and similar laws are being considered in Europe and many other countries. This legislation activity is a reaction to the asymmetric interdependence and that has developed between a few large digital platforms and news publishers. And news publishers heavily rely on this platform to send readers to their content and as a resultant generate revenue. You have to know what is a share revenue and a big tech in India. Things you should know, and the gist of the article is given here. On August, Meta announced it will block the news content on its Facebook and Instagram platform in Canada following the enactment of Canada's Online News Act, July 2022. Online News Act requires a digital platform with strategic market dominance like Google and Meta to negotiate fairly with the Canadian news business for the use of their content. Google and Meta will be required to enter compensation agreements with the authorized news publishers in Canada under the government oversight with the minimum contributions based on their revenue in the country. The next articles relevant for prelims aspects are PM launches revamp of 508 Amrit Bharat stations. It is relevant for economy. Okay, let us see the prelims perspectives of this article. Amrit Bharat station. It is to renovate. It is to renovate 1,000 plus railway stations. It is under the Ministry of Railways. The master plan are being prepared for the development of these stations as a city centers with proper integration of both sides of a city. This approach is driven by the vision of the overall urban development of a city centered on a railway station. These stations will have a better seating on the platform, upgraded waiting rooms, free Wi-Fi and other conveniences. The redevelopment will provide the modern passenger amenities along with the ensuring of well-designed traffic circulation, intermodal integration and signage for passengers. Showcasing the culture, Mr. Modi said that while Jaipur railway station would have glimpse of Hawa Mahal and Amer Fort in Rajasthan, Jammu Kashmir Tawi railway station's design would be inspired by Raghunath Mandir. Next article is relevant to international relations and economy. FATF trying to revise the recommendation to safeguard the non-profit organization. We all know that FATF was established in 1989 under G7. It is an anti-money laundering thing, and plus in 2001 it also includes anti-terror financing. It contains grey list, black list, economic sanctions. There are 3 countries. The countries to non-profit organizations are social work, NGOs, human rights, foreign funding and all. The standards and national laws. India's PMA Prevention of Money Laundering Act, Unlawful Activities Prevention Act, and all are the standards of national laws that are present in India. Next article that is relevant for tigers can help cheetahs to MP strategy. This article talks about prey predator base. MPs and MPs given here is Kunos National Park, present in Madhya Pradesh. Highest number, the past 3 census reporting highest number 785. Madhya Pradesh for the second time in the past 3 census reporting 785. The state has reported 50% rise in the number of tigers since the previous census. A jump exceeded only by Bihar, which has a much fewer 54 tigers. This article also talking about moving tigers and prey. Forest Department of Madhya Pradesh has demonstrated remarkable commitment and success in active management practice. They have effectively restored low density areas through incentivized voluntary village relocations, prey supplementation, reintroduction of species such as Barasinga swamp deer to new habitats like Satpura and Bandhavgarh, and reintroduction of Gaur to Bandhavgarh and Sanjay Dupri Tiger Reserve. Prey species such as cheetal, spotted deer have been successfully supplemented in Satpura. Sanjay Tiger Reserve, Naurdehi, Kuno and Gandhi Sagar wildlife sanctuaries through the translocation from high density areas such as Pench and Bandhavgarh Tiger Reserve notes the 2022 Tiger Census report prepared by Wildlife Institute of India. India has 53 tiger reserves, with Madhya Pradesh accounting for 6 of them. That is a even distribution. As per 2022 Tiger Census, Madhya Pradesh have the 785 tiger within its boundary. In this article, the state plan of actively moving tigers and their prey within the states to balance the predators and prey population is a key indicator of success, says experts. This strategy may help form a viable cheetah population in the national park in the states that has already seen in the death of 6 animals. The next article talks about 5% of birds in India are endemic, says the Zoological Survey of India publication. You have to note down what is Zoological Survey of India here. Before that, what is given in this article, let us see. In this article, the native species is the birds. 5% of birds in India are endemic. That means 75 endemic birds of India was recently released on 108th Foundation Day of Zoological Survey of India. India is home to 1353 bird species, which represents approximately 12% of the global bird diversity. Of this, 78 are endemic to India. They are Manipur bush quail, listed as endangered by the IUCN, with its last recorded sighting in 1907, and the Himalayan quail listed as critically endangered, with the last record cited in 1876, and the Jordan corsair listed as critically endangered, with its last confirmed in 2009. Many in Western Ghats. The highest number of endemic species have been recorded in Western Ghats with 28 bird species. Some of the species are recorded in the country's biogeographic hotspots are Malabar grey hornbill, Malabar parakeet, Asambu Lahlithic thrush, and white-bellied solakili. Along with this, you have to know what is Geological Survey of in the pic they have given the Malabar grey hornbill. Okay, you have to know the endemic means native species. You have to know what is Zoological Survey of India. Let us see that Zoological Survey of India was launched in the year of 1916th. Okay, to promote the survey, to exploration and research to enhance the knowledge regarding the flora and fauna of the British Indian Empire, it was done. It is India's apex organization on animal taxonomy. It is originated as Geological Sections of Indian Museum in Kolkata. Initially, Geological Survey of India has had 8 regional centers across India. Currently, there are 16 regional centers. Okay, spread across the country. The headquarters is in Kolkata. It also it has been declared as a designated repository for national geological collections as per section 39 of National Biodiversity Act 2002. Geological Survey of India's objectives has contributed significantly to knowledge and research on fauna of the country. The primary objectives of Geological Survey of India are to promote the survey, exploration, research and documentation on various aspects of the animal taxonomy in the Indian subcontinent. It also seeks the advancement of knowledge on animal taxonomy, make a status survey of the threatened and endemic species, the preparation of red data book, fauna of India and fauna of the states, bioecological studies on important communities and species, the preparation of the database for the recorded species of the country, and maintenance and development of national geological collections. Geological Survey of India had IUCN red data book and all. Let us see the what is given in this article means Palawu Semakwa Island. It is an eco-friendly trash island from where ash from the incinerated garbage of land-scarce Singapore cities, nearly 6 million people is dumped. Let us see what is Semakwa landfill is. It is Singapore's first and only landfill situated offshore among the southern islands of Singapore. It covers a total area of 3.5 square kilometer and has a capacity of 63 million meter cube. To create the required landfill space, 7 kilometer perimeter rock bund was built to enclose a part of the sea between Palawa Semakwa and Palawa Sakeng. As of August 2011, it was estimated that the landfill, which began operation on April 1, 1999, will last until 2045. Ministry of Environment and Water Resources along with the National Environment Agency manages the landfill and hopes its deadline will be extended through the various waste minimization and resource conservation initiative. Semakwa landfill is filled mainly with ash produced from Singapore's 4 incineration plants, which incinerates the country's waste. Shipped there is in a covered barrage to prevent the ash from getting blown into the air every night. Contrary to popular belief that Semakwa Island would be another dirty and smelly landfill, the care put into the design and operational function at the landfill and has ensured that the site is clean, free and smell and scenic. During the construction, silt screen were installed to ensure that the corals were not affected during the reclamation works. Landfill is lined with the impermeable membrane and the clay, and any leachate produced is processed at a leachate treatment plant. Regular water testing is carried out to ensure the integrity of the impermeable liners. New REMEX mineral facility at Tuas began operations in July 2015, recovering tens of thousands of tons of metals from the remains of the incinerated rubbish using magnetic and eddy separators. This reduces the weight of the incinerated rubbish by around 10%, hence benefiting the landfill that may run out of space in 2035. Next mains practice question for this article day is: it is argued that India's surplus sugarcane production is pushing the country's agriculture towards a crisis. Do you agree? Critically examine. Next question is: examine the role of low Earth orbit satellites owned by private entities in war and conflict. Write them in 250 words and post your answers in the comment section, and do subscribe our channel. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.